Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another DIY. Today's video is about how to replace the oil pan gasket on this E90 2008 BMW 328i with an automatic transmission. I will put a link, all the parts I used, in the description below. First of all, you need an engine support bar to do this job. Go ahead and open your trunk and get the tow hook by the battery compartment. As you can see, I already removed the air box, the fan, and the engine cover. I also removed the cabin filter and the housing. I already removed the 3 T30 bolts from the coolant pipe. I already removed the 6 subframe bolts, 3 bolts on each side. They are 18mm bolts. Remove the 17mm nut from the sway bar link. You need a special tool here. You need a thin 15mm wrench to hold the stud from spinning when you remove the nut. Loosen the thrust arm bolt from the driver's side and passenger side. It's an 18mm bolt. Before you drop the subframe, make sure to remove the 16mm nut from the engine mount. You can access that nut from the top of the engine bay. Remove the 3 13mm bolts from the ATF cooler line bracket. That's the second bracket. And that's the third one. Now the subframe is already dropped. I used jack stands to hold the subframe. Don't remove the control arm bolt like what I did here. Just loosen it. I had a hard time putting it back on. It's an 18mm bolt. Remove the E12 bolt and the 16mm nut from the steering rack. Remove the V-brace held by 6 16mm bolt. These are the tools that I used to remove and install the oil pan bolts. I have enough space now to drop the pan. I already removed some of the bolts. Unclip the wiring from the oil level sensor by pressing the tab on both sides, and you might need a flathead screwdriver to help you come off. This is how I keep the old bolts while removing them, because some of the bolts in the back are longer. I traced the new gasket and punched all the holes. I labeled all the bolts and nuts that I removed. It will be a lot easier to look for them. was trying to drop the pan here, but the pan still got stuck as I expected. I'm using a pry bar and gently separate the pan from the engine. Man, this gasket is not rubber anymore. It's so brittle. I tried my best to clean the pan. Make sure to clean that mating surface. Put some temporary zip ties to hold the gasket in place while reinstalling the pan. Make sure to remove those zip ties after the pan is in place. It doesn't need to be tight. These are the longer bolts that I was talking about earlier. Install all the bolts, just a few turns, just using your hands, no tools. Remove all the zip ties. Follow this torque sequence. These are the torque values for the oil pan bolts. I marked the bolt with a black marker after I torqued it down to 6 foot-pound. Torque down all the bolts to 6 foot-pound. These 3 bolts are not aluminum. You can reuse them if you want. I use a red marker to mark the bolt after I torque down to the final torque, which is 90 degrees. All the bolts are already torqued down to the final torque, which is 90 degrees. I replaced the gasket for the oil level sensor. Make sure the gasket is seated properly into the groove. You can also use an engine oil to lubricate the gasket. You have to evenly tighten the nuts before the final torque. I replaced the 2 O-rings with the new ones. Reinstall the 13mm bolt for the ATF cooler line bracket. And this is the third 13mm bolt for the ATF cooler line bracket. I highly recommend to replace your engine mount while the subframe is dropped. Make sure to align that alignment tab into the hull of the subframe. Replace the old cross washer with a new one. Make sure everything is clear before you jack up the subframe. Make sure you don't pinch anything. Make sure everything are lined up, especially the engine mount. Go ahead and install the nut for the engine mount. Torque it down later from the top. You can't really see it, so install it by feel. I'm gonna be reusing the old subframe bolt because it has a bigger and stronger head. I'm just gonna clean it with wire brush and it's good to go. Torque down all the subframe bolts to 80 foot-pound. You need a bunch of extensions and a swivel adapter. Reinstall the 3 T30 coolant pipe bolts. Make sure the tabs on both sides locks into place. Make sure it snaps into place and won't come off. Don't forget to reinstall the ATF cooler. They don't line up anymore, so I use a pry bar to line them up. Jack up the suspension to a right height. Don't forget to put oil in your engine. I let the car idle for about 15 minutes and check if there's any leaks. No leaks, so it's good to go. Reinstallation of the underbelly shield is the reverse order of removal. I'm applying a thin layer of anti-seize compound on the wheel hub. It will be easier to remove the wheel the next time. That's it, guys. Man, this is not an easy job. Well, anyway, if you like this DIY, please like, comment, and subscribe. There's more DIYs to come. See you in the next video, and thanks for watching. Later.